Right, I'm super fucking tired. It's like 1 in the morning. I will be waking up at 7 in the morning because that's my new standard. That's what I have to do. Because I've got some big fucking goals, man, and I'm tired of being the guy that has fucking potential and squanders it because I just lie in bed all fucking day until I have to go to work to some fucking job that I'm fucking better than. I know I'm better than fucking shaking drinks for like £15 an hour or whatever. Like it's just stupid, man. Anyway, there's a specific topic that has been consuming my mind, and I've been talking about it on my Instagram. Like, if you're not following my Instagram, I talk a lot about this type of stuff. But like the moment I get the thought, I do it straight away, and I document my journey daily there as well. So you should probably check a look. But um, I'm a bit annoyed with how I can't fully articulate myself on this topic, and it's about excuses and my new perspective on them, right? And it's a weird one to talk about because everyone fucking knows you shouldn't make excuses, right? But what if you don't know you're making an excuse? And that's kind of, maybe from an outside perspective, to other people it's obvious that you're making an excuse, but it's so easy to tell yourself that the reason you can't do something is because of a perfectly sound, like the most perfect logic tree of why you can't do this thing, and you'll believe it and you won't think it's an excuse. And this goes so fucking deep. Like, okay, like my whole weight gain journey has been about me being consistently the person in a peer group of, even if it's a peer group of 100 people, I'm number one at the bottom of the smallest appetite in the fucking room every single time without fail, right? And obviously I would use that as a reason for why I was skinny, right? And I think that's okay to say that I'm currently skinny right now because of XYZ reason isn't necessarily the worst thing to do. But to say that you can't change because of that reason, that's when you've made a really big fucking mistake. And that isn't what I did, or at least that isn't what I thought I did. But what happened every time in my journey that it got hard and I hit a plateau? I made some sort of excuse, right? I remember there was times where I would say, "Oh, like I'll give an example, like super recent, like my finances were fucked. I really didn't have that much money. I was like basically penny pinching, right? And like I bet like I was like 5 days away from payday, or maybe it was more. I don't fucking know the specifics, yeah. But basically, for a while, I couldn't buy the food that I wanted to buy, and I was barely eating, and I was losing weight. And I was telling myself that if only I had money in my bank account, I would be able to gain weight. If only this issue was solved, then all my problems would go away, and I'd be the person that I know I can become. What do you think happened when I got paid? The next few days after I get paid, what do you think happened? Do you think that I just started flying in weight forever and ever and ever, and I hit every single goal I fucking did? Of course not. Yeah, okay, I bought some food, and I wasn't losing weight as fast, but fucking hell, I still had shit days. I still had days where I was in a deficit when I definitely shouldn't have been. I didn't fulfill my purpose whatsoever, but I truly believed then that if that problem went away, if it was solved, then everything that I wanted out of life would manifest. And these are the devious tricks that the little bitch in your mind plays on you. It's perfect rationalizations of your inadequacies. And it's obvious why it happens, right? Who the fuck likes to sit there, face their inadequacies, and tell themselves that it's their fucking fault and they're choosing to be like that, right? Of course, you're not going to do that. You have two options when you face your inadequacies. You either look at them and you go, okay, I don't like this. I'm going to do everything in my power to change it. Or you find an excuse, a really fucking, and I keep using excuse, but I feel like that's going to trigger people to think, no, obviously it's not an excuse, or you shouldn't use excuses. That's not what we're doing. So let's call it justification, right? you immediately find a perfectly sound justification for why you're in the situation you are now. And that lets you be at peace with your inadequacy. That lets you feel like you're just as good as other people who are doing better than you, because they don't have that unique situation that you have. And that's why you're not like them. That's why you're not your highest self. But it's bullshit. I promise you, no matter what excuse you currently have right now for not achieving the thing that you want to achieve, no matter what it is, if we remove that today, you would still be fucked. You would definitely still be fucked, right? You might have a slight improvement, right? But you're not going to achieve the thing you want to achieve, because the reason you haven't achieved it isn't the thing that you're saying it is. It's because you're choosing not to. It's because you don't like how difficult it is to make that change, because change is fucking difficult. It takes a lot of mental effort, right? And it's not just a one-time thing. It's constantly throughout the day. Oh yeah, I'm making this change. Oh yeah, I'm making this effort. Oh yeah, I have to do this thing that I don't want to do all the fucking time, right? I'll give you another example. Um, at the start of the year, I joined a new job in hospitality. I was bartending, but it was like a late night venue in Mayfair. I was working till 4 in the morning often. I wasn't in like the best environment in terms of being around other people who had a similar mindset and goals to me. Like it wasn't like everyone was in the gym. Everyone was trying to be their best selves. There was a lot of drinking going on. Um, there was a lot of distractions. Right, great people, but that's just the truth. And I was it was literally at the same time that I'd shaved off all my hair and I was committed to making the biggest change in my life, and being the best version of myself. And I was making progress, but eventually I hit a wall. It got really fucking hard to keep making progress. I think I started the year at 71 kilos. I got to about 75 while working at this place, and I got really stuck, man. I was getting really pissed off at how, like, I'd work 4 days in a row, 4 12-hour shifts, and on my day off where I was supposed to go to the gym, I'd stay in bed all day, and I'd say it's because I'm so fucking tired from this job. It's so draining. The late nights. I couldn't eat on this job. Like I could literally only eat. I'd come in at 4, and they would send me on break at 4:30 or 5, and I'd eat at 4:30 or 5, and then I'd work till 4 in the morning, and I wouldn't eat once in between 5 and 4 in the morning, right? And even when I could eat at 4 in the morning, it's not like there was food fucking ready. If I didn't meal prep, I would have to wait till I got home. So there were challenges in eating. I'm not saying there weren't, but I kept saying to myself, the only reason I'm not making progress as fast as I want to is because I'm in this environment. That's the only reason. If I get out of this environment, everything will change. Everything will change. And I did get out of that environment, right? I left that job, and things changed. I'm not going to lie. Things did get a bit better there. I did make progress. I think I broke that little mini plateau of 75 kilos, and I got to about 78, and I felt really fucking good about myself. But guess what? I hit 78 kilos on the 8th of June, and we're recording this now. It's the 24th of June. Since hitting 78 kilos, and let me give more context in terms of how I got out of this scenario that I was blaming for all of my issues, right? I took basically 2 weeks off work, found a new job, started it like 3 weeks after quitting. This new job, they feed me twice a day, right? I basically get 2,000 calories for free at work, like every single time. They let me, whenever I want to take 5 minutes out to fucking, if I want to do push ups, record a video, eat my food, they let me fucking do it. Yeah. There's no shifts longer than 9 hours. Sometimes my shifts are only 5 hours. I get complete flexibility in scheduling my life. I can do anything. I have no excuses anymore. Yeah. And everything I was dreaming of when I was at that other place, and I was making these justifications for why I was where I was. Tell me why, since the 8th of June, where I was 78.5 kilos, it says here I woke up at. Tell me why on the 14th of June I was 76. I'd lost 2.5 of those kilos. Tell me why on the 22nd I was 76.6 kilos. What about those justifications that I was using earlier that I was certain were the things that were holding me back? And that was the only reason I wasn't making progress. I got rid of them. So why is the progress not here? Why have I regressed a little bit? Why am I not just flying? It's because it was never that in the fucking first place. It just wasn't. And it never is the thing that you're saying it is, because the thing is never causal to your issues. The thing is something that you found when you got uncomfortable enough with your situation, and instead of choosing to do something about it because you knew it was going to be hard, your brain found the most reasonable, logical, undeniable justification that would help you cope with the pain of your inadequacy. That's what I did. Yeah. That's not me saying it wasn't going to be fucking hard to make the progress I wanted to make then, but it could have been done. And the moment I chose not to do it, the moment I found that justification, I was doomed no matter what, even if I did get out of the situation that I thought I was in. It's it's so freeing to have this concept now, because I didn't really have this concept. Everyone knows you should make excuses, but what if you don't know that that's what you're doing? And now every time that part in my brain that tells me you don't have to do this, it's so obvious to me now that it's cope. Whereas before it never felt like cope, it always felt justified. Oh, your body's really fucking sore because you did an insane workout where you nearly threw up, you can't go to the gym. Like, that sounds reasonable. It is not true. It's just not true. And if it is true, the only way you can the only way you can be happy about your decision not to work out that day is if you still went to the fucking gym, started lifting some weights, and then you started feeling like complete fucking shit. But it wasn't when you were in your bed lying down, not getting out of bed, telling yourself, oh, I don't need to go to the gym. That's not when it is, right? But it sounds so believable because, again, the reason you're not doing the thing, there's no cause behind it other than you just didn't want to do it. And as soon as you didn't want to do it, your brain looked for an excuse to justify your inadequacy. It's not like your brain was going to go, I'm going to do the bitchiest thing today, which is not eat the food that I need to eat, not go to the gym, not read my book, not work on my business, right? It's not like it's going to make all of those decisions and then sit there comfortably in your inadequacy and just fucking be like, I don't care that I'm doing this. I'm happy doing this. No, that's not what it's going to do. It's going to immediately look for reasons why it's reasonable to make those decisions. Of course it is. That's your life right now. And that's my life often when I don't fight it, right? But the difference is moving forward, I'm aware of it, right? So this is a thing about mentality that I never used to focus on mentality with my weight gain because, truth be told, I was so fucking skinny. Like, I literally looked like those kids in the fucking um those adverts to like feed a starving child. Like, I should have been a fucking paid actor for that shit. Yeah, that it wasn't difficult enough to overcome, right? But now that I've gone from about 63 kilos to 78, the plateaus I'm hitting are real enough to be like, oh, you need to make drastic changes to your life, to when mindset keeps coming up now. Keeps coming up. It's not just what I'm doing specifically, it's mindset. It's mindset. It's mindset. It's mindset. And I know from experience um, the steps that you have to take once you've got the mindset. What comes after is essentially mental health. Because when I first tried to make my online coaching business, um, when I tried to make it work, I had a mentor and he coached mindset so fucking well. He gave me like, he, oh man, he opened up my eyes to the reality of the world essentially. And when I finally accepted a lot of hard truths and I got rid of all my limiting beliefs and I really started believing big, that's when I realized I had an issue with taking action. And that's when you become like, you become really self-aware of, like, that's when you get in a place where you're not making the excuses anymore because you know you shouldn't, but you still don't do the thing. And now it's about mental health. And that's actually a much better place to be in because that's so much easier to fix. Like, it's so hard for me to convince you that you're being a bitch right now because you don't want to believe me. Like, you're so comfortable being a bitch. And you've been doing it for so long that you're so sure that the thing that you're saying is holding you back isn't an excuse, and that it's a super unique, hyper specific to you. That's why I can't do XYZ thing. Like, it's so hard for me to convince you that you're being a bitch, right? But if I could, right, and you decide to move on forward, trying to attack that voice in your head that's telling you not to do the thing, and you have the courage to step forward and try and change your life, and then you realize how fucking difficult it is, and you realize that you still can't do the change, right? Then we can talk about mental health. And I will make a video about that. It's so easy to fix that. It's so much easier to fix that. Like, if you're willing to have the courage to 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 pick the harder life and deal with your inadequacies head on, then that's when I can give you the secret sauce, right? That's when you're willing, that's when you're ready to apply all of the techniques that I've developed to gain weight, right? That's when you're ready to start getting really fucking strong. Right? But if you have the mentality of a bitch, you're not that ready to apply the techniques, because they're going to work for a bit, and when you plateau, you're going to have an excuse for why it's not working. It's going to be your work. It's going to be your money. It's going to be your house situation. Oh, the kitchen's messy because I live with people, so I can't meal prep. Whatever it is that you're saying, that you believe that you don't think is an excuse, it's a fucking excuse. All bullshit. Digital bullshit. I need to go to sleep. I don't. I'm gonna get less than 6 hours sleep, but I had to do this, man. I had to do this. Even even with these fucking YouTube videos, right? I should have posted about 2 more videos than I already have by now, and I haven't. And like, I can't give you the concrete cope that I've been using, or justification, or excuse, but just accepting the reality of the reason I haven't posted them is because I didn't want to. Like, I don't have the mentality of someone that really wants to. It's serving my goal to procrastinate posting these and not do them, right? And now that I've accepted that, now that I've realized that, right, I can either attack the goal harder or realize that there's issues with my mental health that I need to address that will help me take action more frequently. But yeah, man, feel free. Feel free. I'm excited to just keep fucking yapping at this camera. And yeah, man. Then I've recorded this one. Tomorrow I'm recording 2 videos, a vlog and an educational video. I don't know what order I'm going to post things in, but yeah, whatever. You're gonna see it, man. I'm gonna teach you fucking guys how to gain weight. Look at this shit. I'm looking good. Not gonna lie.